Yeah. Hey, what up, YouTube world? What up, world? Not to my Real Life TV 505. We're back here with Stu, and we're back with another episode for you. So, I don't know if any of y'all, you're trying to stand a bit, probably hear too much noise back here. I remember if y'all remember the last time Stu and I hung out, we kind of had some technical difficulties right at the end of our video. We dropped on some audio and had a time lapse. So what we basically were talking about, of course, we were giving our kudos and credit to Burner out in the West Coast for doing what he do.
Big ups.
And then inspiring a lot of other individuals and a lot of other people. And then we talked about what to expect going into the year 2020 in the New Mexico medical cannabis community. So we're gonna wrap that up today. We just decided to make it its own segment.
Right.
I mean, it really is.
Exactly.
True, I think it happened that way because it really is its own episode.
Absolutely.
So coming into 2020, let's wrap up 2019. I mean, big year.
It was a pretty nice year, man. You know, we saw a lot of changes within the New Mexico medical program. Increases in plant counts. Mm-hmm. We saw expansion of qualifying conditions. We've had a lot of motion going towards what they would call recreational.
Yeah.
So, dude, like, it's been a really awesome year here in 2019.
And we've even had a decriminalization for up to certain amounts too, right?
Yeah, here in Albuquerque.
Yeah,
actually, in Albuquerque, a lot of the municipalities have actually started. Statewide as well. Actually, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, statewide.
And I don't think a single citation since that happened has been issued.
I agree.
Within the county of Bernalillo, as far as I know.
Right. Exactly.
So
it's doing its work.
And really, nobody's gonna. Really, why are they gonna waste their time over patients?
A $50 fine, bro. Like
it really.
That's
it's not worth. It's not worth the paperwork, man. Exactly. They can observe and report elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. I believe the state penalty is $100. So they might be more willing to, cite people and things like that. Yeah, maybe with state, just be careful still if you don't want to come up off, some civil fines. But nonetheless, I mean, here in the state of New Mexico, overall, cannabis has been decriminalized. So 2019 was real big.
Exactly.
The governor, Michelle Lujan Grisham, she's a real big proponent for what we are advocates of. So, we want to say thank you to her for helping to push a lot of this stuff forward.
For the cannabis community.
Yeah, for the cannabis community, exactly.
So wrapping up 1997, we had, obviously, as you can see, a lot happen, a lot big steps towards going into adult. Coming into 2020, I think it's just going to get bigger. Yeah. It's just going to basically snowball. I feel like it started up at the top and it started real small and it's going down. It's gradually gaining momentum and getting bigger and bigger.
I agree.
So, what do you think is going to happen in 2020? We're gonna crash and explode, and this thing's gonna just pop out the can and be like, boom, there we are.
No, I think they're trying to take it slow and steady. They call this the land of manana for a reason, right? We'll probably be seeing a bit of motion toward it, especially in this next legislative session that's coming up in February, I believe is when it is, February-March timeframe. Yep. So we should probably see a lot of motion happening there. I'm not exactly sure which bills are going to be introduced this year, though. I haven't actually kept myself up on a lot of the local happenings or statewide happenings regarding what's coming up. Proposals and things like that. But I can tell you that.
But that's coming from us in 2020.
Absolutely. And I can tell you that we have very, very credible sources that say that a lot of motion is happening right now. I don't know exactly, they don't really know exactly where we're going to land in 2020. I mean, who knows? This thing could just bust right out. I certainly hope so. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that would be nice. But, we should regulate it in a way that's sensible for everybody involved, government as well as those who are users and practitioners of it.
And just work into it gradually.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Don't make any insane rules.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Overregulation is never a good thing.
As far as like places that do have it going adult like that, and I've been doing pretty well with it, such as California, Nevada, Colorado, places like that, Washington. What are the differences you see between California laws and like Colorado laws? That's something New Mexico can learn from.
Comparison?
I know they're two completely different states. They have two completely different laws when it comes to their adult use.
I mean, but they're similar. The way that they run the program, at least. Well, no, I can't really even say that they're very.
California's a lot more liberated with it, right?
They really are, but they're not. I mean, consumption in public places is still a very, you gotta have it in a private place. You can't do it, walking down the street yet. Technically, but the police really don't care, especially in the place where I come from.
I walked up and down the strip in Las Vegas. They said not to do it. I did it. I walked up and down Venice Beach. They said not to do it. We weren't the only ones doing it.
No, exactly. And so, but even in Colorado, they do it. And public consumption is just now becoming something that they're really working, like they have.
So like I guess they're trying to work on more like how do we control that, and that goes more to like the cannabis social clubs and stuff like that.
All of that kind of stuff, yeah. And I know people are really fighting, having some issues with some of the regulations that they're trying to put into place in Colorado. So I know in California. Well, actually, between both states, you have to be 21. You have to, they have limits on what they can sell as edible link or dosing. 10 milligrams each. The amount that you can purchase, I think, in California is a lot higher than you can in Colorado, even for out-of-state visitors.
Yeah.
And the fact that actually, California is awesome with the fact that you can get a card in California just like that. And you can become a patient in California as a visitor. You can go to certain websites right now. If you want, we can talk about them. 420rex.com and things like that.
Like if we frequented California regularly for vacation or whatever, we don't have to like apply for some sort of temporary residency or anything like that.
Nope.
So in the state of New Mexico, this year, right? We just took in other states' medical cards, right? Like
we approved
towards that.
We approved reciprocity.
Okay.
But it's not actually in place yet. We don't have the systems in place for full-on reciprocity.
So if you had a patient come in from Arizona into your...
Right now, I still couldn't sell to them.
So there's that, what's the...
Reciprocity. It's called being reciprocal.
Okay.
So basically, you can come here and do what you're able to do there. You know what I mean?
The systems basically don't communicate between states yet, is what it is.
Correct. I think that's kind of what it is, or we're not able to basically verify. Yeah,
we're not linked. We're not
linked, and we're not able to verify.
But that's the next step.
But Arizona actually is reciprocal. You can have your medical cannabis there. You just can't really purchase it.
And that just happened because we were just out there this last June, and we couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that just happened right after we had left there. I heard about, I have an uncle out there, and he told me about it, and I was like, man, see how shit works out?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're working on that out here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And so going into 2020 then, it looks like it's going to be a lot more available.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, as far as like people being able to obtain their cannabis cards.
Yeah.
How do you see that going in 2020?
It's going to just get easier.
Just get easier?
I think so. Because you have more and more practitioners. You have more and more conditions that are being approved. So, if you really need to get your card for any of the approved conditions, I think we have 24, 25 now. Last thing I remembered, it was like 21. Now I think it's like 24, 25. And so, we're
and
gaining.
It continues to expand.
Exactly.
And that's what the thing is about 2020 is that things seem to just continue to expand.
Expansion.
And like you and I talked about, I believe in the last video, was clarity.
Clarity.
And 2020 vision.
Yep.
Seeing it clear.
Yep.
And I think in 2020, that's what it's going to be for the cannabis community.
I agree.
It's going to be a lot more clear.
I agree.
One thing I would like to see in 2020 with the cannabis community in the state of New Mexico, and not just cannabis community, the community in the state of New Mexico in general, is a lot more unity.
Yep.
A lot more unity.
Exactly. Put the unity back in community. Exactly.
Yeah. Not so much of the what we got is better than what they got.
Right.
Like not this business competition. You know what I mean?
I mean, competition's always good because competition breeds quality, I think.
Yeah, it keeps everybody motivated.
Exactly.
Yeah. At the same time, though, hate. Not to hate.
Exactly.
Appreciate. Don't hate.
Exactly.
Don't discourage. Encourage. And stuff like that.
Thank you. Recognize who you are. Understand your place. And understand the place around you.
To me, that's those are old school business ethics.
Excellent. Exactly. Exactly. Game recognize game, bro. That's what we need to be about. You know what I mean? I see you over there doing your thing. I recognize you. Like us.
Yeah.
We do the same thing in the same place.
In our own way.
In our own way.
But we don't hate on each other.
Thank you. I'm over here hanging with you.
Exactly. It's not like you have a channel and you're sitting there saying, oh yeah, we're not one of these groups who sit here and do this and that.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
We're one of these groups that will collaborate with you to do this and
exactly. So if you want to holler at me as well, info.thc, info.thc.
Exactly. And I've been checking out. I've pretty much checked out majority, almost all those episodes, man. And I have to go back and watch them.
Right.
Again and again. It's not something you can just watch one time.
Exactly.
And think you're gonna comprehend what you just saw. Because every time you go back and rewatch it, you're gonna get something different out of it each time.
That's what we try to bring, man. That's what we try to bring. And I'm glad I appreciate the love, bro. Truly.
No, and I appreciate you, man, being able to come on and do this next interview here, especially after the holidays, coming into a new year.
Right.
I mean, it's a hectic time of year, but we're still able to collaborate.
Exactly.
And talk about what to expect. And I think 2020 is going to be a great year.
Absolutely. I see a lot of good things happening for you as well. You know why? Because you're motivated. I see you staying with it, bro. You're constantly putting out content, so everybody keep up with what is it? My Real Life 505.
My Real Life TV, Matthew. My Real Life TV 505, and basically the whole way that thing started for me this year was right at the end of the year. I kind of got some inspiration from other sources, and I just wanted to put this together for other patients. Share information.
Yes, sir.
It's about sharing information with others who don't have the access, may not have the access to information.
Right.
We all pretty much have access to YouTube. It's at the palm of our hands, and you can Google something, you can YouTube search something, and it's going to pop up for you.
Yep.
So for a lot of patients who maybe don't have the ability to get out of their home, this is something for you to educate yourself with. And like I said before, I never claimed to be a professional. I am by no means a professional. I don't have any kind of degree for this stuff. I'm a patient, just giving my experience to another patient, and then you can either relate to it, share it, or do what you may. I just appreciate everyone who's participated in it with me this year.
Yes, sir.
I've got a lot of inspiration from everybody, and I really hope next year to get a lot more patients involved. And I have a video coming up that I want to share too, about fear and anxiety. And I've met a lot of patients who want to do this, but they're afraid.
Right.
They're afraid to get on camera and say something. You know what? We'll talk about all that later. I'm telling you, there ain't nothing to be afraid of. That's what I was afraid of, and here I am. What are they going to do to me?
Exactly. Thank you.
So
thank you. And there's a lot more. Honestly, bro, there's a lot more love. There is a lot more love out there than there is hate. Truly.
There really.
Truly. There's a lot of haters. Don't get me wrong. But there's a lot more love than there is hate.
Since I started this whole thing, I've got nothing but love and support.
Exactly.
I've got nothing but love and support.
Thank you. Same here.
Yeah, it really means a lot. It motivates you.
Yes.
As you said, it motivates you, inspires you, keeps you moving. So it's all of us connecting. It's all of us uniting. So you see one individual, another individual, and we're all connected.
Exactly.
It's like Lion King, man. It's a circle of life.
Right.
I'm getting too deep into this.
As I say, man, we come together like butt cheeks, bro.
Shit come together like cheeks.
You know?
Tell me what this was again.
So that was that OG Kush, man. That right there is that old school OG Kush. Here,
I'm getting deep into that.
We're gonna show. Hopefully, I got a decent nug. That one. I don't really got any great looking nugs.
That's a good one right there. That's some quality.
That one right there.
Is that OG?
Yes, sir. That's that old school OG Kush right there. That original.
See, that's get you deep into your philosophical thoughts.
I appreciate the people who've been able to provide this to us. I won't say any names, but I will tell you that they got quality.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate the gifts as well from my friends that are able to help me out, especially because I have another episode going to be coming up talking about, I think it's bullshit that my health insurance can cover opium for as high as I want.
Yes, sir.
And a combination with psychotic medications. And still give you Narcan.
Yep.
And completely cover it.
All of it.
All free of charge. Completely cover it.
Yes, sir.
And then I have to have a certain amount of units for my cannabis, for my medical cannabis. I get a certain amount of units for a 3-month period.
Yep.
This shit is what I want to see change in 2020.
Yes, sir.
Because I use a high amount of cannabis to treat my disease, to treat my chronic pain, to treat the bone conditions and the metal in my body that I got going on. Well, I used up all my units.
Right.
I used up all my units. I'm so thankful for my friends who are able to gift me, because I need that amount of cannabis in order to maintain my body, like somebody who would be sitting over there taking a high amount of prescription medications, thinking it's okay because they were told it was okay.
Right. Exactly.
And so now I'm sitting here without units, broke off my ass because I don't have anything to help me cover the actual medication that's helping to keep me alive.
Exactly, man. It's bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I want to see change.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's a lot that goes into that because the people that would end up paying for this are the ones who don't want to see it legal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where but there might be loopholes and things that we might be able to work around here.
They have to give a certain amount of units in order to control, so things don't go into black market, stuff like that. I understand all that.
Yep.
But that's where patients get frustrated before the adult use.
Right.
You know,
yes, sir.
Before that recreational adult use comes in.
Right.
It's that's what patients get frustrated about. So if you see cannabis patients, you think they're being snobby or snooty about the medical cannabis, you damn right, bro. You damn right I am, because that's my medication and it's keeping me off stuff that's already put me in overdoses.
Yep.
So I want to see something change where a cannabis patient, like, I know personal production is a big thing.
Right.
And I know I can do personal production.
Right.
But at the same time, there's a lot of regulating that goes into that too.
Exactly.
So, which costs a lot of funding. You know, and how does a patient fund all this? But yet with your health insurance, you can fund an addiction.
Yeah.
Stuff I want to see change in 2020.
You know, 2020, big time 2020 changes right there, man. And I mean, I think there might be ways that we might be able to, you know, start campaigning for it, I should say. You know, start rooting for that type of change.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
well, this right here is your seed.
Yes.
And I'm going to be watering it the rest of the year.
Right on. Right on. There we go. Right on.
So we're going to talk more about that. We got plenty more episodes coming for 2020. Stu and I are going to be hooking up a lot more. Info.thc.
Yes, sir.
Matthew, my real life TV 505. We're gonna be linking up a lot more.
Yes, sir. I mean, we got info.thc just for 2020. Just a little preview of what we got going on, man. We got a lot of fun and games coming up. Like that's basically what 2020 is about for us. Is really having a lot of fun, getting out there and staying in the community. You know, like you say, putting unity in the community, hopefully.
Bring your family base again.
Exactly. Trying to link up with a lot of other groups here in New Mexico, maybe even nationwide, we'll see. Man, it's going to be a lot of fun here in 2020 for us. And hopefully we can be a part of the change as well. Be advocates for changes in laws and changes in stigma. And but you know, like... A lot of what we do is going to be a lot of that stigma type stuff as well. So you know, I guess for us it's going to be about balance.
Well, it's like my buddy Simon. It's like my buddy Simon tells me. He goes, "Hey, it's just another stepping stone.
Right.
We just planted another stone.
Exactly.
And we're just working our way
Exactly.
up.
I mean, because if you look at our channel, we provide a lot of education.
Yes.
We provide a lot of education
and information.
Yeah, information.
Yes.
You know, we're very info.thc for a reason.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so, but we're THC as well, and there's a certain connotation that goes along with THC. So this year we're gonna see what we can do with that side of things.
Yeah, the fun side of it.
Yeah, the fun side of marijuana, weed, cannabis, whatever you want to call it.
We like to find something for that THC, like something for the community to be in the last part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. The healthy community.
The healthy community, the happy community.
Yeah, the happy community.
Yeah, the happening community.
The happening community, yep. The hippie community.
Or the hip community.
The hip community. the hopeful community.
There it is.
There's
a lot of stuff.
We got a lot of THCs. Let us know what your THC is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
Be sure to subscribe to both Matthew My Real Life TV 505 as well as info.thc.
Yes.
And we'll be out there with y'all. And if you have anything you request, be sure to throw a comment out there, send out an email, hit us up on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
All of it.
Yeah, look us up, hit us up, send us a message, and if there's anything you want to see for 2020 that you want us to do, let us know.
Please.
And in the meantime, man, I think that's pretty much a wrap for the 19.
In between time, in the meantime, man. So, just hit us up all over the place here on the internet.
Right on.
All right, bro.
19 is wrapped up.
Yes,
we're going to go into 2020. Y'all have a good one.
Peace.
Happy New Year.